What's going on, guys? So today we're going to be continuing that series about the history of various morphs. So today I'm going to be covering the piebald ball python. What's going on, everybody? I'm Baker and welcome to Blue Line Morphs. So today I made a whole video about unboxing the 4 snakes that I got. That's going to be happening on Friday. I'm going to be posting that video. So if you're wondering why I have the same shirt on today and Friday, it's because I made 2 different videos. And I guess I'm a crip now because I had to go driving in Brooklyn to get the 4th snake and I had to use this as my mask. With that being said, Mike, you're getting double publicity, brother. Red line pythons, quarter pythons, racer reptiles with Rob, and then of course Saul's balls. Go check all of them out. If you're new to the channel, we are a ball python breeding channel. We're fairly new. We're moving. We're grooving. We're slowly building up to that 1,000 subscriber mark. So help me out. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Give me the thumbs up. Leave some comments. I always try to respond back. Hit me up on Instagram, blue_line_morphs, and of course on Facebook, Blue Line Morphs. I'm really trying to build those 2 social media platforms up, so definitely hit me up on there. So, quick update about me. Obviously today, like I just said, I filmed that video for Friday. I got the 4 females in today. They're absolutely phenomenal. They're great. We had a little bit of a mix up there, a little bit of a problem. If you follow me on Instagram, you know what I'm talking about. So check that video out. I'll be posting on Friday. It's a good one. Big Mama's clutch is doing really well. Everything's moving. We're doing good over here, okay? With that being said, today I'm going to cover the piebald ball python. Now, last time I did one of these videos, I covered the banana and the coral glow gene, or the banana/coral glow gene. There was a lot more literature, a lot more articles, a lot more things about that gene than I could find on the piebald ball python. So I'm going to give probably roughly 7 to 10 different facts or things that showed up. Again, when I do these videos, I try to read a plethora of different articles, and then I kind of compile everything, and things that line up with each other, I kind of regurgitate to you guys. Is this all 100% factual? Yes. As far as I know, is it 100% guaranteed? No. Okay, this is just things that I've seen, and the information I'm giving you was repetitive over these different articles. So I'm going to try to hit you with that now. So if you don't know what piebald ball pythons are, I'm going to show you my normal pied female real quick. I'm going to start with her just because, she is like a quote-unquote normal pied. But here's your pied ball python, right? You have the normal markings and normal colorings, a little bit broken up, and then you have, of course, the white with the black around it, okay? That is what a pied ball python is, piebald or pied. So that's the first thing. You hear pied, we hear piebald, it's the same thing. With that being said, the first time a pied or piebald ball python was really known was 1966, the mid-60s in Guyana. One of the villagers, or some villagers, saw one of these in the wild in Africa, in Guyana, and they killed it. It was a large male. So, reading up about that, I guess they killed it because they were they've seen ball pythons in the wild, they've seen various snakes, and to see one with this bright pattern on it, this white color on it, was kind of like, maybe they were scared of it, or they didn't understand it, or they just wanted to harvest it. I'm not entirely sure. So, in 1966, the first time I really hear about a pied ball python. So let's backtrack for a second. Piebald essentially means that there's like a pigmentation issue in the skin. And this happens in people. It happens in various different animals. One of which I've mentioned in the past. I am an avid bow hunter, and they do have pied white-tailed deer, right? Piebald they refer to them. And it's actually like a big no-no to actually harvest one of them. And like the big superstition with bow hunters is if you harvest a piebald white-tailed deer, it'll give you like bad luck with hunting over the next couple of years. So this gene or this genetic mutation does happen in other species of animals, including humans, deer, etc., etc. All right, so fast forward. 1966, first time we hear about it, they killed it, whatever. The next time it really pops up is in the mid-'80s, when a guy named, what the hell is his name? Tyron Dillon imported 2 of them into the United States. Now, everything I read was this guy imported them in the mid-'80s, for $5,000 for one and $10,000 for the other one, so a total of $15,000. With that being said, a lot of videos I've watched, a lot of articles I watched, all kind of said that the first couple of ball pythons sold for $25,000, $40,000, $50,000, all the way up to $100,000. These are different price ranges I've seen, but the $5,000 and the $10,000 mark of the first ones imported in the mid-'80s kind of reign across the board, people kind of said that's how much he paid for the first two. Again, I also read a lot of other stuff where they were costing for 25, 40, 50, 60, 70, or up to $100,000, some articles claimed. So I couldn't tell you exactly how much they cost in the beginning, but that $5,000, that $10,000 mark seems to be the one that everybody goes with. With that being said, in the 1990s is really where like the spark of like reptile keeping with snakes or lizards and so forth and so on really sparked. So when that happened in the early 90s, there was another resurgence of trying to get these piebald ball pythons in here. They were like the second morph. Everything I've read said they were the second morph that really became popularized right behind the albino. So essentially you had the normal ball pythons, then you had your albino ball pythons, and then the next morph that became popular was the piebald ball python. So in the mid-90s, the two names that kept popping up for me were Arthur Davis and Steve Cole. These two individuals, the way I've read all these different stories was Steve Cole had them. He was the one that produced the first hets. Then Ralph Davis bought some hets from him. He bred them together around the same time that Steve Cole did, and they essentially proved out that they were a recessive. Oh, backtrack. Piebald is a recessive gene. All right, guys. If you don't know that already, it means that a parent either has to be a visual or a het combined together. They have to have a copy from each parent in order to produce a visual. So it's not a codon like the Coral Glow or the banana, where if you breed one male, one parent has the gene, it can pass on to his offspring, 50-50 chance. When it comes to piebalds, if you don't know what recessive means, essentially that means if you have a male, backtrack. If you have an adult that's a visual and you breed it to a non-visual adult that isn't het for that, it's going to produce all hets. Hets means that it carries that gene within. You can't see it. We'll get into the markers in a second. So it is a recessive gene. So Ralph Davis and Steve Cole are the ones in the mid-90s, 95, 97. I heard 97 thrown around a lot. They proved out this mutation was actually genetic and not just like as paradox, which kind of pops up occasionally. So those are the first two guys that really popped up, made it popular. So again, these are the information that I found on the piebald ball python. And listen, if you think I'm wrong or you have other information, listen, comment below because I really want to learn more. I really couldn't come up with a lot of information. With that being said, I'm going to get into the markers a little bit. Now, unfortunately, my two het girls, so I've heard two ways of markers. The first way is you look at their belly and near their tail. It kind of looks like someone outlined it with like black marker all the way down their belly on the flip side of it. So I'll show you a snake. This is what I'll do. I'll show you this girl. This is my lesser pastel het pied girl. She really doesn't have the markers I'm talking about here because she is lesser and she's like really bright. But essentially what it will look like is along the tail here, it'll be like an outline, like black lines around the outline. The other marker that I've heard, and she kind of exhibits it, if you look in the bottom, like it kind of has these white spirals going up a little bit, like here and here. So those are the two markers where something is het pied that I've read. You can kind of see their het pied by that. It's, first of all, is the black markings, and the second is like the white spirals on the het pied, like my girl here. So now that's the brief history on the piebald ball python gene. Now what I want to get into now is the potential of it. So now when we talked about the Coral Glow and the banana gene, essentially what it did is it enhanced a lot of things, right? When you combine Coral Glow, black pastel, it gives you that purple look to it, the yellow and purple look like my boy over there. Or when you have just a regular banana, it's just yellow, it's bright, and it's vibrant. Or when you have like my other girl, the banana Enchi pastel butter you saw in the other video, banana and Coral Glow kind of alter it slightly. They change up the entire dynamic, the entire look of this snake. So when it comes to piebald, the reason why I like it is this. So you can have a certain gene or certain morph combination that you like, and then you can add piebald to it. It just enhances it. So what I'm saying is this. If you, for example, my logo is a clown pied, all right? Now, when you see a clown pied, you know it's clown. It's got the head stamp, the head markings of a clown girl, and it has, you know, the dorsal of a clown. But then you just add the white into it, and it still has the look of your clown, but now it has the white on it also. So I want to give you some examples and try to like clarify that a little bit. So you saw my, she's getting feisty. So here's my normal pied girl, okay? This is what your standard ball python, piebald ball python will look like. You have just, you know, the brown and the yellows and a little bit of the whites, and then you have the white markings. So one thing I didn't mention is piebald ball pythons, they have like this, I would consider this a low white, I guess you would say medium to low white. Really, realistically, it's low white. They come in different, I don't want to say forms, but some piebald ball pythons will be high white, low white, and anywhere in between. Also, there are some genes that you combine together, which will make an all-white snake with like a yellow head or a brown head. So when you have a spider or a spide, right? A spider, I don't have any, but a spider, piebald ball python, it'll have like the normal colored marking on the head, and the entire snake will be white. Also, when you come to, what the hell is it called? Oh, I forgot what it's called. A pinto. So I'm trying to produce those myself, right? Even though I killed the entire clutch with my white diamond. If you have a Russo pied, they actually look like that also. They have like a dark head with an all-white body. With that being said, if you take banana, back to banana for a second, and you have a banana Russo pied, it'll have a yellow head with an all-white body, which is something that I want to produce. Not that it's crazy, but something I want to produce later on. So now let's move over to this girl right here. She ate yesterday, so I'm not going to fuck with her too much. She is put on some serious weight for me. She's going to be ready next year. This is my Enchi Pastel Pied Ball Python, okay? She's gorgeous. I love her. I picked her up. She was about 400 grams. Now I think she's like 1,200. She's hammering around. She's going nuts for me. But look how gorgeous this snake is, guys. Again, you have the Enchi breaking it down, the pastel with the yellow. Then you just add the color in there. You add the white. Now, I had a conversation with Porter from Porter Pythons. This is months ago when I first met him, and he actually told me that when you have an Enchi piebald snake, it actually lowers the white on the snake. So, in other words, if you have whatever combination you have, you add Enchi to it. If you like low, don't you bite me. If you like low white piebald snakes, add that Enchi in there, and it'll keep the white on, I guess, a lower scale, if you will. So that's my Enchi Pastel Pie Girl. Now I'm going to show you kind of a combination of the last history lesson, if you will, and piebald. So here we have, he's actually in shed, but this is my banana pied male, okay? Now he's like, I guess you would say medium to high white. I like him because like his entire lower half is white and his entire upper half is like yellow with the banana. Now he'll probably become obsolete once I get my gravel pied male from Porter, but for now I love him. I'll probably end up keeping him forever, just I like how it's like half white, half yellow. So there's my banana pied. All right, different examples of pieds. I also have two het pied snakes. The one you saw, which is my lesser pastel het pied, and the second one is gonna bite me right now. Give me a second, I'll get her out for you. Maybe not. Hold on, I'm gonna use this. You're all right, honey. You're all right. No, you're not all right. Alright, we got it. This is another Aussie girl I got from her who's definitely going to tag me right now. I'm going to hold the book right here. So I don't feel like getting bit. I got bit like 4 times today, guys. So this is another het pie girl that I have. It's not showing the visual pie, but she's a monster, right? We have an Orange Dream Pastel Leopard. Let's see. Orange Dream Pastel Leopard Fire, Yellow Belly or Asphalt, 100% het pie girl. She doesn't have the markings either because she does have that bright coloration that kind of gets rid of that dark markings underneath. But those are the examples of the piebald that I have, guys. Obviously, those 2 were hets, and the other ones were visuals. So, just to reiterate, the reason why I love piebald, excuse me, is because it just enhances everything else that you have. So, if you like a certain amount of genes, or you like a certain combination of genes, you can literally add piebald to the snake, keep that look that you like, and then just enhance it with the white. Okay, so you're going to have the snake that you love, the way he looks that you love, and then you just add the white to it. And that's why I love piebald. That's one of the genes I love working with, that I'm going to continue to work with, both in just pieds in general, then of course my clown pieds, which I just enhanced today. You'll check that out on Friday. Listen, guys, I appreciate watching the video. As always, guys, listen, cool. Let me know how you like these videos. I'm going to try to keep doing them. Not a lot of information I found out on the piebald ball python, but we're trying, we're moving. I'm going to pick another morph. If you want to see me do a video of this on a different morph, comment below the morph you want, or hit me up on Instagram, blue_line_morphs, to tell me what morph you'd like to see me I guess research a little bit, okay? Listen, as always, guys, I appreciate it. Be safe. Watch your 6.